Good morning. Welcome back to Tea Time. Aloha. It's been a while. So much is happening. So much has happened. I feel like I've been in like this time warp. Um, I lost track of days. I don't really go by the calendar and time that everyone goes by because I live outside of the matrix, but I kind of go by more like the moon cycles or something. So I never know what day it is. My mom called me the other day and was like, "How have you been?" I didn't seem like it had been a week. It was so strange, Time is warping and getting all aligned with the new earth type of energy, high vibrations, and that's what I want to talk about today. I've been guided. I, like I said, I lost track of time. But to raise your vibration, as we're kind of like where I'm at, we're just focusing on raising vibration. Remember, of all these videos, I'm not sure anywhere when I've spoken of this, but in there somewhere it talks about vibration. Ethics, morals, and values will raise your vibration. That's the cheat sheet of this journey. It's the ascension. It's the evolution. It's evolving. As time goes on, it is easier for me to explain these things because because the way the world is, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's coming to the surface. And that's why we must prepare ourselves. What is happening is the worlds are splitting. Okay? I speak of this new earth thing because that's one world. And the matrix is another world. And the matrix will fall. And if you are attached to the matrix, you're going to experience a lot of pain and suffering because it's falling. And it will be heartbreaking if you don't learn to let go. So in this video, I wanted to go over how to raise your frequency, how to raise your vibration. Because the last video I was talking about narcissists and empaths. Narcissists are low vibrational beings, and they imprison the empath to ride that frequency of low vibration. That's why the empath must learn to speak their truth and raise their vibration through morals, ethics, and values, and speaking and honoring your truth, knowing that you are worthy of the truth that you carry. So the worlds are splitting. All darkness is coming to light. It's these tools that I'm sharing with you that will help you flow through the revealing of the darkness. The darkness within each and every one of us, the darkness of this planet is going to be revealed, and you need these tools to help you understand the emotions that will arise. So the worlds are splitting. There used to be a lot of narcissists with empaths, like dating or in friendship, but no more is that happening. You will see that if you are empath and you have narcissistic friends, you're not going to want to be around them anymore because the vibration is too rough. The experiences will be unbearable. The mind will get loud. The emotions of the heart will cause people to do dangerous things to themselves and others. So much truth is coming to the surface. And it's not going to be beautiful. What they have done to us here in humanity is heartbreaking once you come out of denial. It's so obvious that they are depopulating this world, this planet. For you not to see that is just basically living in denial, not to see that is what is occurring. It's just, we need to overcome this. So the more you raise your vibration, which is with the tools that I've been sharing, the clearer you can see what is occurring. And the faster and clearer you see what is occurring, the more you can choose the faster you can choose decisions for your well-being. You know? That's what's happening. It's only gonna get worse, you guys. Like, that's why you need these tools, because they will help you find understanding to get through this. You know, it's kind of like demoing a building that's been there for thousands of years, and it is termite infested, and it must come down to rebuild something beautiful. And that's what the Matrix is. It's a termite infested building that needs to be demolished for the new earth to be anchored, you know? Once you see that the worlds are splitting, it is your choice where you want to sit. You want to sit in the new earth, or you want to sit and experience the entire collapse of the Matrix. The Matrix is over. You must let it go. It's not easy. It really isn't. That's why I've been guided to share all these videos to help with the pain and suffering. You know, must find understanding, to let go, to grow. You know, a lot of people, they're like, oh, you change, you know, and I've spoken about this before. It's not about changing, it's about growing. We are seeds that grow into beautiful flowers, beautiful trees. You know, stagnation is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Impermanence, change, those are the ways of life. You know, but here I was going to share with you guys is how to protect yourself from low vibrational beings, people, places, things. How do you protect yourself from the chaos of what is occurring? You know what I'm saying? The easiest thing to do is fly. Is to work inside. As you grow inside, your outside world would change, because the law of attraction. I will attract what I am vibrating at. If I am beautiful to someone, then beautifulness, I will attract beautifulness. It's a law of attraction. It's energy. Everything is energy. That's why, like what Nikola Tesla said, you know, it's like to understand, or I'd say understand the universe, you must understand frequency, vibration, and energy, and then you can see it all, looking at it from a higher perspective, you know. But how to protect yourself from low vibrational beings, especially those narcissists out there? And if you're a narcissist, you know what I'm talking about, because I can go into depth of that, but let's keep it positive. So you empaths must learn this. Learn to honor your truth. Learn to speak your truth. Learn to raise your vibration and protect yourself from the lower vibrational beings, which is lies and deceit and jealousy and all that kind of stuff. People who carry that, you know, and places that carry that, you know. The quickest and easiest thing to do to raise your vibration is basically listen to 528 hertz. These are frequencies. Surround yourself with 428, 432 hertz. These are sound is vibration. Okay? Why do you think they use all these rappers and all this kind of music to mess with your mind? Because it is a tool of vibration. You wanna be around beautiful things, listen to beautiful music. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Surround yourself with beautiful color. You know, they've really imprisoned us in our mind of ugliness. I mean, why is everybody wearing black and gray only? People should be wearing purple, blue, yellow. These are vibrational colors. These itself will raise your vibration. You know, listen to beautiful music, wear beautiful colors, have beautiful thoughts, sit in beautiful emotions. The higher you raise your frequency, the more you are protected by lower vibrational beings and places. This is why I barely even experience that kind of stuff, because I just raise my vibration, and then I am impermanent to all darkness and negative experiences. And if they were to come to me, it is simply because I need a teaching or a lesson or a challenge for my own growth. But I'm not engulfed around that. It is time to make a choice where you stand. You want to stand in the darkness or you want to stand in the light? And you are the only one who can make the choice of where you stand through the vibration and the frequency that you create. You are the creator of your vibration and your frequency through your thoughts, through your emotions, through what you surround yourself with. You know what I'm saying? There is a irritating fly here, just so you know. So I don't want to be like this, but it's the fly, you know? And so when you raise your vibration, you hear that? That's very annoying, you know? It's because I'm sending you a very powerful message. And the darkness wants to disturb the vibration that I'm sharing with you. Because this is the truth. It is simplicity. The formula of raising vibration is super simple, but extremely hard to do. Because you have your emotions and your thoughts just getting in the way, you know, of where you want to sit, which is in peace. That's why we have to work through it. We have to heal the heart. We have to silence the mind. We have to come to understand, why am I having these thoughts? Why am I having these emotions? As you learn that, your frequency will rise, your vibration will rise. And as your frequency and your vibration rises, your world will change around you. You will attract like-minded people. You will attract like vibrational beings. The world of darkness will come to a silence as your world of the inside becomes bright and light. Inside becomes bright, light, and aligned. Outside then becomes bright, light, and aligned. It's about vibration. It's about frequency. You know, it's time to close the doors on those who do not serve your highest good. This is how simple it is, okay? If the being is of light, okay, if you're sitting somewhere and you're feeling peace and a being comes, somebody, a person comes or something happens, and if it brings chaos or confusion, it is of the darkness. And then from that point, you have three things to do. You either change the situation, you accept the situation, or you leave the situation. Period. Just like if a person comes into the room and it brings chaos and confusion, then you either change the situation, you either accept the situation, or you leave the situation. It is time to close the doors on all that does not serve your highest good. And as you eliminate that, as you properly discern what serves your highest good, and you use your power to choose to leave the situation, to accept the situation, or choose a situation, you have to choose to be where brings you peace. And a lot of people are not going to be bringing you peace because, like I said, the whole world is going through the dark night of the soul. Therefore, you're going to have to learn to close doors in a compassionate way, right? Not in an empathy way where you're attached to their stories. You have to come to a higher perspective of the compassion and be there for those. If you are strong enough and centered enough, then be there for those who seek your wisdom, who seek your help, in helping them in a solution way to overcome the darkness that they're sitting in. So you got two beings, okay? Two things. If somebody comes and brings chaos and confusion, they're of the darkness, knowingly or unknowingly. If somebody comes and they bring peace and calmness, they're of the light, knowingly or unknowingly. Choose wisely who you want to sit by, because that then is your reality. Okay, so those are some tools I was guided to share, and here I am sharing that with you. So choose wisely, discern properly. The worlds are splitting. It is time to make big decisions, big choices. It is up to you where you stand. Okay, all right. Well, peace and blessings, love and aloha, and may your world be beautiful, full of love and light. Love and aloha.